Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. My name is Maddie, or am I Kyo? Because I obviously don't look the same, huh? And today I'll be doing a Kyo cosplay slash makeup inspired video. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for months, and I finally got around to it, so I am so happy and so excited. I am actually really happy with how the look turned out, and in this video I'm just going to show you my whole process on how I achieved this look, mainly just how I did the makeup look. So with cosplays, usually people don't do dramatic makeup, especially if the character really doesn't wear makeup. But one thing I actually did want to incorporate into this cosplay is to do a eyeshadow look that is inspired off of the colors of Kyo's character design. So I did a very warm toned orange and red eye look that I feel like matches the colors of his character design. As well as I did the whole wig and the red shirt and the bracelet and all that, but I also wanted to do a makeup look that was inspired by him as well. So I'm gonna waste no more time talking, we're gonna get right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of it. So I'm starting off with the red contacts. Can't do a Kyo cosplay without the red eyes because he has these beautiful red eyes. And I spent about 10 minutes trying to put these in because I had never used contacts before. Therefore, I had to really struggle to get these on my eyeballs because it's so uncomfortable. I just have this reflex to just keep on blinking every time I touch my eye. It took way too long to put in and I was getting frustrated, but I finally got them in. And then after putting them on, I looked at myself like in my phone camera and realized how much I look like a vampire without any makeup on because I'm so pale and I have these red eyes. I was looking at myself very strangely for a few seconds. And whenever I do my makeup, I always start with my eyeshadow first, just in case there's any fallout. I don't want to have done foundation first, then have to wipe the foundation off because that would fall out from my eyeshadow. So I always start with eyeshadow first. And before I actually put the eyeshadow on, I'm going to use concealer to just put it all over the eyes to make my eyes look nice and smooth. So for that, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, which is my all-time favorite concealer. I would highly recommend it. So just putting that all over the eyes, and then we'll go into eyeshadow. So for my transition shade, I'm going into the original Urban Decay Naked palette, and I'm using the shade Buck, which is a warm brown tone. And next I'm going into the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette, and I'm going to be using two shades in this one actually. The first one I'm going to be using is this yellow shade, and using a large flat brush, I'm just patting that into the center of the lid. And the next shade I'll be using from this palette is this orange one right here. And I'm using that same large flat brush and patting that on the outer corner of the eye as well as the inner corner, and also dragging it into the crease. Basically just surrounding it where we put the yellow eyeshadow. And next I'm going to add some red into the eyeshadow look, so I'm using the Single Shadow by Shani Cosmetics. I'm using a smaller flat brush and pretty much placing that in all the areas where I already laid the orange eyeshadow down, so the outer corner, the inner corner, and along the crease. So it looks like an unblended mess right now, but of course we're going to go back in and just blend everything out. I just wanted to get the colors down first, then do blending. Going back with the blending brush, I am going back into the orange shadow, and once again brushing it into the outer corner of the eye as well as the inner corner and the crease. And I'm blending it in with the red, since when laying the red color down, the orange kind of faded away, and I want it to be more orange than red, but still wanted to have a little red in here. But right now it just looks too red, so we're going to put a little more orange in there to balance it out. Using the small flat brush, I'm packing that yellow shade on the center of the lid again, just because some of it kind of blended away once I put the other shadows down. So I'm going to put a little more on again just so it stands out more. I'm using the blending brush. I'm just overall blending out the eyeshadows a bit more. And the last thing we're going to do in regards to the eyeshadow is do a brow shade. So going back into this palette, I'm going to be using, I don't even know, I didn't plan this one out. I'm going to use this one right here. I would say it's more of like a yellow toned brown, I think, but I'm going to be using that one on the brow bone and just blending that in with the other colors. And next we're going to do eyeliner. So for that I'm going to be using a liquid eyeliner. This is the Wet n Wild H2O Proof Liquid Eyeliner. And whenever I do this specific eyeliner look, it always reminds me of how a cat's eye looks. Since to me it kind of mimics the eye shape of a cat, so I thought it was very fitting to do for a Kyo makeup look because he is a cat. So I went with this look, and what this eyeliner look requires is a wing, so I'm starting off with this large wing. And I am well aware that winged eyeliner can be very tricky to do. It took me many years to actually get a winged eyeliner down. I used to not be able to do it, but with a lot of practice, I finally was able to do it. The easiest way I found to do it is just to slowly draw out that line all the way from the corner of your eye. Slowly, pretty much you just sketch out the line first. That way if you make any mistakes, it's very easy to wipe it away. And once I feel like the line is on there really well, I'll go in and drag the eyeliner from where I ended the line all the way to my lash line. And another thing I include in the cat eyeliner look is that I drag the liner to the very inner corner of the eye. Usually with eyeliner you don't do this, but for the cat eye look we're going to do it this time. So this is also something that's very easy to mess up, so you want to go super slow with it. I'm just dragging the liner into the inner corner and really trying my best to end the liner at the inner corner with a point, just so it looks very sharp. Like I said, it's very easy to mess this up because sometimes instead of a point, it'll just be a huge blob of black if I'm not careful enough, but I feel like this time I did very, very well on it. Usually I always mess it up, but this time it went on pretty smoothly. And moving on from the eyeliner, I am going to tightline my eyes with a black eyeshadow. So for that, I'm using the NYX Sex Bomb palette, and I'm using the black eyeshadow from this palette, which I have hit pan on because this is the best black eyeshadow I have ever tried. It is like the pitchiest black you will ever find. I recommend this eyeshadow palette just for this black because it is pretty amazing. And I'm using this small pointy eyeshadow brush to tightline my eyes with. I'm not quite sure what this brush is called, but it's just small and kind of pointy. And I'm going to put that black on my waterline as well. So I'm going to put some eyeshadow under the under eye as well, and the first color I'm going to use for that is once again the black eyeshadow. So taking that on my small flat brush, I am running that very close to the lash line of the under eye. And the other shadow I'll be putting on the under eye is once again the orange shadow from the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette. I'm taking that on, I don't know what you would call this. Can you tell I don't know what brushes are called? I don't know the names of certain brushes. I would say this one is like a small kind of tapered brush. It kind of acts as like a blending brush as well. That's how I would describe it. And I'm running that just under where I put the black eyeshadow. Alrighty, that does it for the eyes for now. We'll go back into lashes later. Next, I'm going to get into the face. I'm going to prime my face first before we go into foundation. And I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime Primer. For foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay Foundation. And I'm going to be using a wet sponge to pat that on. And next I'm using concealer, putting that under my eyes and just blending it in with my finger. Now going into powder, I'm going to powder my whole face, and I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose powder. Taking the same blending brush I used for my eyeshadow, I'm going to put some of it under my eyes where I put the concealer. And then using this big fluffy face brush, I'm going to be putting it all over the face. And next we'll be going into contouring. I hate contouring. I have been dreading this part. I do not like contouring at all, but I'm going to do it for this cosplay because I feel like with Kyo, his face shape and just like everything about his body is just so sharp, and that's because he is a martial artist, so his body is like very in shape. And that means his face also has some sharp features in it as well. So to achieve that, I kind of have to contour my face because my face is, as you see, really round, not sharp at all. So we gotta do some contouring, even though I hate it. And because I never contour, I didn't know how to contour before doing this video. I had to actually look up some tutorials on how to do it. And I do have this one contour palette, but it turns out the shades in that palette are way too dark for my skin. So when I was practicing with it, it just looked like I threw mud on my face. It looked horrible. So I ended up looking up videos on how to contour for pale skin, and what you kind of have to do is use like a light muted pink shade to contour pale skin. So I went through my eyeshadow palettes and found this shade that ended up working pretty good. Even though it's an eyeshadow, it worked pretty good for contouring for me, so we're gonna use it. So that shadow is in the Maybelline The Blushed Nudes palette, and it is this muted pink shade right here. So I'm gonna be using that to contour. I'm gonna be using this angled brush, and I'm patting that very lightly under my cheekbone, and then I'm going to blend it out the best that I can. I don't know why contouring is a process that I really hate. I think it's because whenever I do it, I feel like no matter, even with this shade, I feel like I cannot blend it out. I'll try to blend it out and it'll still look like I have a stripe on my face. It's so frustrating, but we just gotta try our best with it. And I'm also going to run it under the jaw right here to make it look like I kind of have a sharp jaw. I'll try my best at it. Like I said, I'm just not good at this, but we're doing the best we can. And I'm also brushing it along like where the cheek meets the forehead right here, wherever that space is called. And again, taking that small tapered brush and using the same contour shade, I'm running that along the corners of the nose. That way the nose also looks pretty chiseled. Realistically, with anime characters, they should have pointy nose. So I'm not even sure if Kyo's nose is chiseled because all anime noses are just like a triangle. But you know, we're gonna do it anyway. Also putting it on the tip as well, and then blending it out just so it looks nice and blended. Doesn't look like you have some lines on your nose. Actually looks pretty good. It looks so weird actually. It really looks like I've shaped my nose. And there we go. I think that does it for the contour. My face kind of looks angular, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not good at contouring. I'm so jealous when I see these girls with these like super sharp, perfectly done contours, and I'm just like, this is the best I can do, but we're rolling with it, I guess. And we're also gonna do highlight. So the highlighter I'm using is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. Just like that. It doesn't have a lot of sparkle, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted something that'll give my skin a little bit of a glow. So I'm putting that on all the areas of my face where I did not contour, which is the cheeks, under the cheekbones, right under where I put the contour, along my forehead, and all over the nose. And next we're going to do brows. So usually when I do my brows, I just use a brown eyebrow powder to fill in my brows, but since this is a Kyo cosplay, we're gonna use an orange eyeshadow as well because Kyo's eyebrows are like a reddish orange, so we gotta put some orange in there. So we're gonna do that instead of brown. I'm going back in with that same orange shadow I've been using. I'm using an eyeshadow brush. I am flicking that along my brows to fill them in. Now the fun part, we're gonna do eyelashes. I love this part. I love doing eyelashes. So before I put on the falsies, I'm going to go in with mascara. So first I am going to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. Now we're going to go into eyelashes. So I'll be using these. I threw away the packaging, so I can't even remember what brand these eyelashes are from or what they're called. Well, actually, they're the 661 type, but for the brand, I cannot remember what brand I got it from. I want to say it's from Kiss. I'm gonna go with that, but I'm not completely sure. But anyway, they are these very spiky lashes that, again, for some reason really remind me of like how a cat's eyes would look. For some reason, I don't know, I just get that vibe, so that's why I wanted to use it for the Kyo look. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on with my Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. So just using eyelash glue for that. The very last thing I'm going to do is the lips. So I'm going to be using both a chapstick and a liquid lipstick for this. After I put the chapstick on, I'm going in with the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in Prissy. This is a reddish orange shade, so I feel like it would complement the eyeshadows really well since it's all red and orange. And that does it for the makeup. So we're all done with that, but we gotta put on a wig. So I do have an orange wig. I'm going to put it on, but I think I'm going to do it off camera in the bathroom since I feel like it's going to be very difficult for me to put it on, because when I try to put on wigs, my hair is so thick that wigs usually take a lot of effort to like get on my head, and I don't want to struggle doing it on camera. I feel like that's going to be kind of embarrassing. Okay, I think I got that on pretty good. I hope so. This is actually a wig specifically made for Kyo, and one thing I love that it includes is his little cowlick. I think that is so cute. It just kind of stands out like that. Love it. And the very last thing we're going to do is the bracelet. So I'm just gonna snap that on and we're all done. That was actually so much fun. It was a little stressful, especially like the contour, like I said. I hate doing contours, but other than that, it was great. I really enjoyed doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed going through the process with me. And I really think I do want to do more of these. I really do want to do a Toru one. I think that one would be so fun and so cute. Hopefully I can do that one really soon. Let me know if you guys especially would like to see that, because if you do, I will make sure I do it as soon as possible. And other than that, I think that's about it. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more anime related videos and anime reactions, and hopefully more Fruits Basket character cosplay / makeup inspired looks coming up. And I'll be back really soon. Bye!